From Viking halls to the cities of the future, terrain buffs will love our foreground hub. Watch gaming tables of all genres come to life at beastsofwar.com. Anime cyberpunk style meets skirmish combat in Infinity. Experience 8 high-tech factions and fight to control the human sphere at the Infinity Hub on beastsofwar.com.
Hey everybody, so excited to have you with us here in the studio.
I'm not excited at all.
I'm so excited.
What?
I can't even lie.
Star Wars!
I can't even lie because we finally have Star Wars Legion. Fantasy Flight Games. I've been dying to get in and start playing this, but we've waited. Kind of impatiently, but we've waited.
Yes, we have.
So we can share this with you guys.
It's been sitting here in the studio for a little bit. And, you know, this is a transoceanic event. Because it's on both sides of the good old Atlantic.
Yep.
So it's been, you know, you had John locked away in that room. And here we are having it sitting here when we stare at the box.
And wait.
And wait.
And wait. But not anymore. So why are we still talking?
I don't know. Let's do this.
Let's do this. So here we go. This is the core set.
Yes, it is.
So this is exactly what you need to hop into this game to get going. So Gianna has already called dibs on the Rebels. That means I have myself the Empire and some Darth Vader. And you're going to go down.
Boo.
Because we both know my dice rolling is far superior.
No, I don't
Far
think so.
superior. All right, enough. Enough. They want to see what's in the box. So first of all, let's start with the box.
Look at that.
Gorgeous. Epic. I think they've completely nailed the packaging on this. It looks like everything we hoped Star Wars would look like. And I think I like the black box. Like it just makes it feel like classy, like must have. Perhaps that's the Force. It's the lure of the Force.
The dark side?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why Vader, my main man, is on the front.
Whatever. You just lost the coin toss.
Whatever. Whatever. We shall see. So let's see what is in the box.
Ooh, look at that.
This is the way to start it off. This is the way to start it off. We've got Vader.
Look at that.
Vader. You can almost, if you listen, you can almost hear the breathing. Right? That's what I'm saying. So, of course,
yeah,
I know, right? So we've got Rulebook, Fantasy Flight Catalog, and tokens to get things started. So pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Everything that you need to get going there. So let's have a look at some of the things in the rule book.
Yes, shall we? Let's see if I can get this nice under the cam for you.
Look at that.
Boop-a-doo.
Gorgeous.
Wow. Look at that.
Gorgeous. I think they have done a great job of showing you everything you need to get going. Nice instructions. So you're going to find out, and we'll show you with the models shortly here, that nothing comes on sprues for this. So they've done a great job of packaging everything separately for you so that there is no confusion about what bits go with what, which is pretty cool.
And I do like that they have the assembly instructions in there for everything.
Yes. So pretty great. Give you a kind of walkthrough of the cards and the game, the different game mechanisms. What I really love is in the back of the book here.
Yeah,
so
they even have a hobby section.
This, I think, is super cool because if you think about it, this game, you know, for veteran gamers, anybody that's done tabletop before, this is business as usual for us, but just Star Wars.
Right.
It's not just Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. But for a good chunk of people out there, you know, there are fans of Star Wars everywhere. That doesn't necessarily translate to gaming. So they're going to want it just because it's Star Wars. And so why not make it the perfect gateway into getting into this hobby? So, you know,
and it does that right here.
Yeah.
You know, you can see how to
put minis together. Tips to, you know, if you end up with a little bendy portion of a weapon, you know, dunk it in the hot water. Things that are intuitive for us that we've been doing forever that, you know, people may not know. They have a nice picture down at the bottom of what different types of layering of painting does to it to kind of show you, you know, how much you want to go into it. They even take it a step farther and show you how to make some terrain, which I thought was a really nice touch too, because here you're going to get this beautiful game and get going, and like, why not make yourself something cool to have on the table?
Exactly. So it's a really nice rule book. I'm going to take that because at some point we might want to talk a little bit more about what's some of the rules. So we should state off from our initial perusal through the rule book that a standard game is 800 points.
Yes, yes.
So an 800-point army, that's quite a bit. So,
but you'll see as we start looking at things that it racks up pretty quickly.
Yes,
it doesn't sounds like a lot of points, but you'll see it's not necessarily a ton of things. So let's start handing some of the pieces here. We'll start with the necessities, before we get going. So we're going to start off with some of the obligatory Fantasy Flight dice. So if any of you have played any of the games like Imperial Assault and such, you've gotten used to both the different kinds of dice and the symbols and what they mean. Largely, you're going to have basic hits and crits, for things, but the colors of the dice are super significant because it's an escalating dice level. Yeah. So white is your weakest. And is it the black die? I think the black dice.
No, it's the red, I believe, isn't it?
Are they the most? There's less of the black dice. Yeah. Bear with us on that one, but you'll see
it's based on the weapon type.
Yes, and that any time you can get into a different colored die, your odds of hitting and having a success are going to be higher than they were just with the base dice, which is very apparent in my Stormtroopers, which we'll talk about that more when it gets there, because by nature they've done a great job of staying true to what we've come to know and love and expect from our Stormtroopers. Yeah. And that they can shoot a ton of things and not necessarily be the most successful with the hits, and so you feel that with the dice. Bases.
Yay!
Because I'm all about that base. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Finish it up.
No rebels. Yes. So you'll see there are different color bases for the different models. Rebels get the red.
So what's the significance of the shape of these bases is that this would be for the speeder bike, and that this is your 4 quadrants for facing.
Yeah.
And then this notch here is where you would put the movement stick to create your movement. And we'll show you that here shortly, but that's a base. So
which is really important when it comes to gluing your minis down onto the bases, because the ones that do have the notches in it for the movement sticks, it's very important that you have the front of whatever it is exactly lining up with that, or you're going to have some goofy looking movement going in there. There's a tip.
There's a tip.
There is a tip. What else do we have? We've got movement sticks. Here, you want to put those together?
Yep. So the movement sticks come in 3 different speeds. There's movement 1, 2, and 3, and you can tell that by this little notch right here by my thumb. That's a movement 1, and then there's movement 2, and then movement 3.
Which is nice. It's easy. Movement in this game, I think, is genius. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think about it, what other people think about it as you get to playing, because movement is driven strictly off of your leader. Yes. With each unit. So you only ever have to worry about where your leader is going to end up, and then the rest of that troop moves up with the leader, and it's proximity. So it shaves off so much time and questioning, oh, can I really reach that? Is it really far enough? You only have to do that with one model.
So there you go. There's the 3 movement sticks, and they're lengths.
Right. And then we have firing, right?
Mm-hmm. These are your measurement sticks for different lengths. So these go together like so.
Everything is easy to put together. Mm-hmm.
So you would use these to measure from a unit, and they're basically your range markers. So it's all ranged here. Let's see if I can show
and it's
this
just
to you.
one.
So
one
there's
stick.
A range marker there. So just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple sticks.
Easy.
If you're familiar with some of the older games, box games back in the day when you had your whipping
sticks. This might hurt a little more.
Yeah, these aren't flexible.
This isn't quite as funny. It's
I don't know. Sometimes
you could poke somebody in the eye.
Hurt worse.
So. That's true. That's true.
All right, what else we got in there?
All right, what else? This is one of my favorite things in here. Outside of
barricade?
Outside of getting into the models, I just like the fact that these actually come in the box, so you automatically have some cover, which is pretty cool because cover really does matter in the game. You definitely get buffs for taking that into consideration. And again, with the way that the units move, just one person from a unit has to be behind the cover for the cover to count for that area. So you don't have to worry particularly about everybody lining up. So
it's based on the leader of the unit, if I'm not mistaken. Leaders and cover. Since this unit leader is touching the barricade in front of him, when this unit is attacking, the barricade is ignored when determining if the defender is obscured. So it's very interesting. You got light cover and heavy cover.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool. All right, let's get into cards. Getting more and more exciting as we go here. So you have a variety of cards that come in the box. So these are the unit cards. And so these tell you exactly who your models are out on the table and like what their stats and buffs and bonuses are. So of course, here's your main man.
The Luke Skywalker.
Pretty awesome. The artwork looks great on them. They are double-sided. So they tell you exactly what your dice pool will generate, which is cool, as well as any of their special abilities and their hit points, which is very important.
So you've got weapon keywords here, and then on this side is all his stats. So it's like a stat card, wounds that he'll take, suppression tokens, different abilities he has, point cost. Good old Luke, 168 points.
Ouch. That's okay. Darth Vader is 200.
Oh, whatever.
200. Because more is more, right?
More is more.
There's no flavor text on his card, though, and there's no flavor text on Vader.
Well,
that means you can improvise and you can just make up cool stuff.
There's no room.
I know, that's true.
I mean, there really isn't any room. There's so much stat-wise.
That's true.
Let's show the old Vader here.
He's a beast. He's just a beast.
So
look at all those red dice.
Keywords. And then if you look at the other side.
Pretty awesome.
Look at all those red dice he can with his lightsaber.
Yep.
And he is an 8 as well. And point cost?
200.
200.
200.
Wow.
So then we get into your regular troops. So we've got Rebel Troopers, and you get 2 units of Rebel Troopers in the core box. So that means you get 2 cards for them. And what is their keyword on there?
Keywords for the Rebel Troopers are nimble.
Oh, that's right.
So after defending, if you spent 1 or more dodge tokens, gain 1 dodge token. So nice little added buff there. So again, these are like your typical infantry. 1 hit eliminates 1 model.
Right.
They roll 1 black die, whether they're using their blaster rifle or unarmed. And a squad costs 48 points. Or, I'm sorry, 40 points.
40 points.
So you get 2.
Why are mine
80.
so much more expensive than yours?
I don't know, because I can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Right. So
it's Stormtroopers.
That leads me into my Stormtroopers. So they cost 44, but they have precise 1. Listen, they need it since they're rolling white dice, but it's precise 1. When you spend an aim token, you can re-roll up to 1 extra die.
Huh. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting. Let's see, what is the price difference with these?
So there is the Stormtroopers. And then their keywords on the back.
My stuff is so much more expensive.
It's because it's the Empire. We just steal everything.
I know, that's true. You're just using our stuff.
That's right. We repurpose.
So here, speaking of repurposing cool stuff, so you have an ATRT, which is pretty beastly. And he costs 55.
And
he can climb, which is absolute.
A walker that climbs. That is
unfairness.
Too cool.
Unfairness right there.
So there it is.
Pretty awesome.
And then here's his stat side.
What's the dice rolling like on there?
3 red dice for the grappling claws and 2 white dice for a blaster rifle. That's for the rider. And then there's upgrades that you can use. There's flamethrower, there's the rotary laser, and then just a standard laser gun for the ATRT. It's an upgrade card.
Yeah. We'll show those off in a minute here too. So that's cool and everything, but you'll never be so cool as to have speeder bikes, because the Empire has speeder bikes.
We'll just steal those too.
And so you get 2 speeder bikes, and so it costs 90 points. 90.
Yeah, but there's 2 of them.
55, 90, yes. But they're pretty awesome. So they have cover 1, which means it's going to be a little harder to hit them because, you know, they're fluid and they're moving. And they have speeder 1, and so that means they ignore terrain that's a height 1 or lower. Interesting thing though is that because they are such a fluid thing, you have to interpret them as like constantly being in a state of movement on the table. So they're going to have a move that they have to make every time before they can do something.
Right.
So you really have to be conscious of that when you think you're going to like make a move to hit something, that you are going to be potentially moving away from it if you don't plan right.
Yeah, you got to plan right so you don't go off the edge of tables.
Right.
Not that anybody sitting at this table to my right hasn't done that.
I won't do it again. It's one of those mistakes that you only have to make once. It wasn't in this game. It was Armada, and yes,
big old Star Destroyer right off the table.
Poor planning and did not start a turn soon enough. Whatever. We can't just let that one go, can we? Okay, so next batch of cards. These are super cool. These are your command cards. And so depending on what models you take with you into a game, you will be kind of generating a card pool based on that. And these will give you extra actions, bonuses, things that you can do throughout gameplay based upon who you take. The artwork looks amazing. Like I said, it helps you generate extra dice, or perhaps give you an extra like dodge maneuver, something to help you mitigate damage as well as influencing extra damage for people. So
better angle on it for you.
Pretty nice.
So there's standing orders, new ways to motivate someone. It's pretty cool. Master of Evil.
Whoever could that refer to?
Return of the Jedi. So there's some very interesting cards here. Return of the Jedi, just as an example, it's Luke Skywalker and 2 units applies. When Luke Skywalker is issued an order, he gains 1 dodge token. When Luke Skywalker activates, each friendly unit at range 1 to 3 of him may remove 1 suppression token. Sweet.
Yeah.
There's Push, which allows you to activate 2 units at once.
That's always scary.
There's Master of Evil. When Darth Vader is issued an order, he gains 1 dodge token. When Darth Vader activates, each enemy unit at a range of 1 to 2 gains 3 suppression tokens.
He is a tank. He can put the hurt on. He's slow, though. That is the downside.
Yeah.
It takes him a while, and of course, like everything within you will just want to like get Darth Vader into the thick of things so that he can bring the pain. And it's like hurry up and wait, as he kind of crawls along on the table. So, but it's worth it when he gets in there.
There's also Son of Skywalker. After Luke performs his first attack, he may perform an additional attack.
Ouch.
So there's a nice buff.
Awesome. So then the last of the big cards that you have are your battle cards. And so these help you determine what the overall kind of play style of the game is going to be. They can be kind of objective driven scenarios, and some of them actually have configurations, table layouts. So I'll let you show that. Like, for example, when we were at one of the Adepticon meetings we played last time, the table that we played on, we were using the hostile environment. And in that, trooper units whose leader is not in base contact with a piece of terrain can't remove suppression tokens during the end phase. So it's really hard, like once you get the suppression tokens on somebody, it's really hard to mitigate that. So you got to do everything within your power to not do that. But it's really interesting because it helps you dictate what the terrain should be like on the table versus like a lot of terrain, a little terrain. Are you trying to hold a line? Are you trying to get up and hang on to specific objectives? So it can be an extremely different game every time you play it. Or if there's like a specific way that you like to play, just play it that way,
Right.
So
different ways, different missions, objective cards. It's really interesting. It does add a lot to the game than just your typical skirmish game where we're just going to go at it and see who's the last person standing.
Right. So then we get into the little cards, and these are upgrade cards. So these also have a cost associated with them. And so this is where you're going to see really quick with, as soon as you start picking just what models you're going to bring into the game and you start adding bells and whistles to it, how fast you can get up to that 800 points.
Exactly.
So one of the things is Force Push. Choose an enemy trooper at unit range 1. Perform a speed 1 move to that unit even if it's engaged, which is cool. Just make extra things happen. There's a couple of them. So there are some duplicate cards, and you'll see later that as expansions start coming out, you will see some repeater upgrade cards, and they've done that very thoughtfully because they're trying not to make the primary mechanic around the game be, I have to go buy this specific box, even if it's not something that I really plan on running because it's got this one super powerful card in it. So the universal cards you're going to come across in various uses. So we've got Force Reflexes, so gain a dodge token. Love that. And how much does that cost? I didn't look at the cost.
The cost on that is 15.
So that could be totally worth it. Next up, we have a couple battle meditation cards. So when you issue orders, one of those orders can be issued to any friendly unit on the battlefield. That can be very, very helpful.
Okay.
And Saber Throw. You want to read that one?
Choose one of your melee weapons, perform a ranged attack with that weapon against an enemy at range 1 to 2, using half of that weapon's dice rounded up. This is treated as an attack action. So it gives you just a little more dynamic if you're stuck. So this is where, when Ben and I were playing at Gen Con, he tried to do the saber throw when Darth Vader was coming after Luke. He threw his lightsaber, so it was pretty cool.
Pretty awesome.
Epic.
Pretty awesome. So then there's Concussion Grenades, and now there's 4 of these. And so these are a less expensive one. They only cost 5 points, and they're kind of scary because they have Blast, which literally means ignores cover. That's got to be very handy.
Okay.
And
let's see some of the minis.
I know. I think it's time. And a lot of these then get into repeaters that you're going to see in expansion packs, and we will go into more detail with those with the expansions.
We have expansion packs?
We might have expansion packs. You have to watch the rest of this video first. That's just how this works. All right, what do we want to see first? You want to see some of the regulars or some of the specials?
Let's see regulars.
Regulars it is. There's a whole bag of regulars. So I'm going to hand that to you. You have yourself an assortment of both Rebels and Stormtroopers in there. Important to know, I think Fantasy Flight was super smart in the way they did this, since they are each individual models on their own bases. They have 7 different poses. So you're not getting a whole cluster of everybody that looks exactly the same, which I think is really nice. It just makes your table look better.
So you get them in 2 to 3 pieces. Sometimes the heads. There's the arms. These are the ion blaster guys. So, and they pitch fit. There's a keyed slot right there. And so they only go kind of one way. So, I mean, the detail on them's really good.
You can hand those to me. I'll put them away.
So that was your Rebel Troopers, and here's some Stormtroopers.
And don't go making fun of my Stormtroopers.
I'm not going to make fun of your Stormtroopers. Oh, somebody cheated and actually put the arms on this one. So there he is.
Awesome.
Yep.
They look really good. And, you know, one of the things we've noticed looking at these, I don't really see mold lines.
No.
They are super clean. I don't feel compelled to have to get X-Acto out and trim anything up. They're ready to go.
So, I mean,
they're going to paint up really nice.
Those are Stormtroopers.
John, I bet they paint up really nice.
Yeah, I bet they paint up really nice, John. So here's the Bazooka guys for the Stormtroopers. And I know somebody's going to tell me the exact weapon, but, you know. So
that's
it comes
the HH.
HH-12?
I think so.
So it comes in 3 pieces. You have the main body, a leg, and the gun.
Easy
a weapon.
peasy.
It's not a gun, it's a weapon.
Yeah. Unless you're me, it's a gun.
So what else should we look at? So like I said, you get 2 squads of regular infantry. And
That's
then
why you got 2 of each pose in
heroes,
the bags.
more stormtroopers. Oh, heck.
I know, right?
This is all what you get here.
And there is a leader model for each one of the troops.
So here is the leader for the rebels. See if I can get them under the close cam.
And like we said, this is important because it's your leader that determines where your unit is moving to. You only have to measure from the point of that leader.
Exactly. So they all come individually packaged. In this case, everybody's in a group of 2 because you get 2 squads. And we have some assembled ones to show off here shortly.
We do. First, we got to finish going through the rest of the box.
So we'll talk a little bit more about the minis when we get to show them, because it's easier to see them when they're standing up and not in all these pieces. But they are, wouldn't necessarily say soft plastic. They're a firm plastic. They do go together relatively easy. I didn't have too much trouble putting them together. You have to use super glue.
That's, great
super
tip.
glue. It wasn't plastic glue. They recommended super glue. Some of the arm joints you'll have to press in tight because they'll gap a little bit. But I think they're going to paint up beautifully. The details are crisp. Like Dawn said, there isn't really much mold lines.
I didn't really even encounter much bendy bits.
No.
You know, they give you that nice tip about using the warm water if you have to, but I don't remember seeing any that we were feeling we even needed to do that with. All right, so what do you think? The hero and the villain? Oh, you want to save them for last? Okay. Vehicles it is. How about some speeder bikes?
Awesome.
All right, so you get 2 speeder bikes. And these, by far, if you are newer to miniature building, you'll want to build all your troops first, build up your confidence a little bit before going into the speeder bikes, because they have some tiny bits that you have to work with there. So you've got a rider for each one of them.
So there's a rider.
And I love this guy's pose. He's kind of doing the over the shoulder.
Typical Return the Jedi.
Right, that's pretty epic.
Yep.
And then the bag full of little bits. Do you want this out on the table?
No, don't dump them out.
Bag of little bits. They're little bits. And so this does require a little bit of finesse.
So there's the fins, there's the back of the bikes, there's a bedroll, there's the foot pedals. It's all there. So they are some fiddly bits, especially these fins, because it's just a little notch that attaches to the side of the bike right here. So you have to be very careful with that. So it does take a little bit of confidence. I do see some of the what was I gonna say? Some of the people that maybe not into scale modeling or miniature building might have a little bit of a tough time on that, but as long as they're patient, it'll go together swimmingly.
Yes.
And activator on your super glue will definitely help on those little fins because it'll help set them right away. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a really good tip. So we're gonna go ahead and show off Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, and we'll do your ATRT last because Gianna couldn't help herself and she had to build it. So we're just gonna show you that one in its completion form. So that'll be our lead-in to the assembled minis. So in here we have our 2 epic characters. Lord Vader and Luke Skywalker, father and son.
So there's...
Spoiler alert. Maybe I should have led with that.
What?
I hope
Luke's
that's
what?
not a secret or a shock to anyone anymore. Nothing. Go on and show that.
What do you mean? What?
Stop.
My childhood has been ruined.
Oh, whatever.
There's Vader's body.
Pretty cool.
And Luke with no arms. Oh, I did
so
not.
many, so many jokes to be made there.
Daddy.
So many jokes. What did you do?
You cut my arm off. But they're pretty awesome.
They are. They absolutely are. All right, what do you say we take a pause, a quick swish, and we'll show you some assembled minis.
Yeah. Be right back.
Okay, we are back. The moment you've all been waiting for, and of course you had to lead with the Rebels. I get no respect. No respect.
There is a squad plus Luke put together and assembled.
Awesome.
I think they look pretty good. We're gonna show you under the close cam how they look. They are 7 different poses. Mm-hmm. Should we start with Luke first? I think so.
Of course. Look at that.
With the Luke. There he is in all his glory.
Awesome. He's, for a standing still, it's dynamic. He's ready to go. Do some damage with the lightsaber.
Pretty awesome. That is Luke.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I think he's pretty awesome.
He is very awesome.
So we'll go with the squad leader first.
Yeah, definitely.
So, there he is. Nice detail. Mm-hmm. I like weapon. I like the long coat he's got on. The backpack.
I like the long coat. From a painting perspective, those always look really cool.
And to the front detail, I think he is really. I'm going to covering his head for you. But I think he looks really good. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Definitely.
So then on top of that, let's show the rotary laser. Gatling gun, if you will. Look at that bad boy.
He looks pretty epic.
That's pretty awesome.
Bad things are going to happen if he's pointing that at you.
Right? You need a little turntable or something.
I know, right?
You just go...
And you'd have to make that noise too, though, for the full effect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the rotary
laser. Show the blue guy.
The blue guy. Anybody know what the blue guy's name is or what race he is? But this is the blue guy. In
our demo game that we played, he was blue, and it got to be the running joke. For whatever reason, he was the first one to go all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just made himself an easy target, being blue. I'm not sure, but
nice detail.
If you know the blue guy's name, comment below.
Blue guy. Thank you, blue guy.
Thank you for your service, blue guy.
So then we have just 4 standard troopers. I'm just going to bring them in because they're pretty much similar in uniform type.
They have all the same sort of gear to them, but their poses are slightly different. So
we'll try. Oh, can't do that because I got to show this one. I forgot about.
Oh, you got this. one more special weapon.
This is the Ion.
Oh yeah.
So here's the Ion.
Very nice.
Again, these minis are going to paint up nice. The detail's crisp.
And these are the 2-piecers, which is pretty awesome. Body and arms you have to put on.
Yeah.
So
then also, there's 3 regular infantry troopers left. There is this guy, who happens, believe it or not, to be my favorite.
This guy. Oh yeah, tell the story.
So if you look at it, it's going to be kind of hard. I'll see if I can tip him up so you can see. See his face? He's got a beard. This is the guy from Return of the Jedi, the older guy with the whitish, yellowish beard. Reminds me of a G.I. Joe. Or what do they call an Action Man over in the UK, Europe?
Yeah.
So nice detail on him. And there is a female trooper in here. I believe it's this one. This one right here. There is a female rebel trooper as well.
Love it.
So they've included everybody. Come on, it's the rebellion. We include all. We'll take anybody.
Guys, girls, and blue guys.
Right? So there you go. There's your squad of rebels with Luke.
Very cool.
You want to see your...
Of course I want to see them.
She wants to see the walking tin cans.
Oh, stop. Just stop. Let's bring them out.
Now, are they metal or are they plastic or carbon fiber? Does anybody really know?
I'm going to go with carbon fiber. They're an advanced technology, right?
Advanced technology.
Yes.
All right, we'll give you a wide shot first of the Stormtroopers. And here's Vader.
Looking like his epic self.
Okay.
Pretty amazing.
So we'll move these guys off to the side here. And we'll get under the close cam. And we will
is so cool.
Show you the man. The myth. The legend. The Vader.
His lordship.
His lordship. It's an awesome pose. He's doing the force choke. Look at that.
Yep.
It is really cool. I can't wait to paint him up.
He is. Oh, wait, you don't get to
him.
paint him up. That one would be mine.
Oh, well.
I got to say, I have to confess, I'm a little bit nervous after listening to everybody talk. Here I thought, amazing, I'll be the Empire. Easy paint scheme. Got Vader. He's going to be black and tons of white stormtroopers. But now everybody's freaking me out about painting white.
White's not that hard. I mean, it takes time. I hope
I do them justice.
Honestly, the biggest thing about white is just doing the layers. Mm-hmm. You start with a darker color, like a darker gray, and you progressively get lighter, and then get to an off-white, like almost an eggshell, and then use your white as your highlight. Mm-hmm. And then that'll look nice. And then, you're going to do black in the
wash is, I think, going to make them really pop because they've got all their little recesses with the way the armor lays.
Once you get to your eggshell layer, you would do the wash. John might say pre-shade. It'll be interesting to see how he paints these up.
I know. And then there's that. So mine have to somehow, they're not going to measure up.
Oh,
they'll be in a different galaxy.
You know what would be a great idea?
What?
I got 2 great ideas.
Oh, boy.
Idea number 1, because I'm full of them.
Just full of something.
Is that John teaches you how to paint a stormtrooper.
Oh, I like this plan. I like this plan a lot.
Item 2, you guys have a painting competition.
Oh, good God, no. I vote no. I like plan
Which one do you think? Comment below.
Plan A, or number 1.
Anyways, getting back to the stormtroopers. Here is the leader.
The leader, yes.
Nice, and he's got that shoulder pad, which would be that leathery brownish red color, like in A New Hope. That's episode 4, the first real movie.
Yes. The original of the trilogy.
The OGs.
Yes. Really? Did you just say OG?
I did.
And of course, it's a leader with your typical "go there"
or "run away this way."
No, we're not going to run away.
They're stormtroopers.
No, they don't run away.
Let's show a heavy weapon.
Yes.
Here is a heavy weapon. This is the HH-12, right? Mm-hmm. So there it is, all in its glory. Looking to take down that AT-RT.
Yes. And he looks very capable.
Yeah.
I'm confident that will fire way more accurately than the regular Stormtrooper blasters.
You think so?
Yes. We'll see if that holds true.
Yeah, right.
She's just full of trash talk.
And then there is this big bad boy, which looks like an oversized MG-43 from World War II.
It's the DLT.
It's a DLT, but
because I want to call it BLT every time I say it, because I can't help it.
For us from the 80s, it could almost be an M60 machine gun.
Or if you're me, it's the long gun.
But it's really nice.
Yes. Pretty awesome.
Again, these are going to paint up nice. He's got the nice equipment pack on him. I think it's going to be just brilliant. They're going to look awesome on the table. I can't wait.
And I said, and to me, this is where you can really tell that Fantasy Flight did amazing, giving you the variety of poses that they did, because they're stormtroopers. They're going to all look relatively the same.
Yeah.
So at least by changing up which leg is, step forward, which side, you kind of have right-handy and left-handy stormtroopers.
Did you just say handy?
Handy, I did. Don't roll your eyes at me.
Handy.
They're not yours anyway. They're mine.
So stormtroopers.
And they're handy if they want to be.
They look like a stormtrooper. They look good. Everything looks in proportion. It looks crisp, clean. They'll paint up nice. It's just a matter of getting it to be a smooth finish. That's going to be your hardest part about painting white.
Yeah.
Is to be an even surface. Because, if you don't do it right and take your time, it'll streak. You want it to look like that gloss. Airbrushing would probably be good for your layers as you're building up.
Great. Now I got to try to learn how to do that too. No pressure.
Because, you want to reduce brush strokes as much as possible. So that might be a way to go. Again, pre-shading might be a way. I think just building up the layers on that and then using washes will be good. So again, you get 7 in
Very
squad.
Nice.
You get some nice heavy artillery.
Come on, let's show off the toys.
Artillery. Oh, you want to see the machines?
Yes.
All right, let's see machines.
Which ones do you want to show?
Speeder bikes.
Speeder bikes, because the speeder bikes are amazing.
Yeah, whatever.
Boom.
There they are.
So cool. Tell me those just don't look like they are going to be epic zipping around the table.
They're pretty sharp.
Mm-hmm.
They really do look good.
They do.
See if we can get a little closer on one of them here for you.
Look at that.
Boom.
Awesome. I love the idea of potentially being able to use more than just the two in there. Because this is how you're going to cover the distance on the tables. Everybody else moves a bit slower, but these guys can get in quick and start causing trouble.
Now.
And then there's that.
Then there's this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
How does that thing climb? I still have an issue with this thing climbing.
It's got big old claws. See these big old claws right there?
Yep.
Look at that. It's nice to see.
So that's the ATR.
The Rebellion has a walker option as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this one has the rotary
stolen
laser
from
on
the
it.
Empire, I'm sure.
Yeah. And what's your point? So it's pretty sharp. So the rotary laser right there.
That's gonna look awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? I mean, I am so excited. I can't even tell you. I want to get
let's show
painting.
the movement. The little movement. Measuring stickies.
The measuring sticky things. Yes. So here, use the little guy since that's what we have out.
So basically what happens is you take your measure stick, decide how far you're going to go. It goes right in there. Hold it down. Move along that thing, and then it ends up just like that. So, pretty simple. Mm-hmm. This part here, bends, so you can do it any degree, as long as you're not terrain or anything like that. So, and, I had a couple people when we were at Gen Con, when we were filming, and we were walking around, some people were like, oh, it's, the sticks, you're limited to the way you can move. It doesn't limit your movement at all.
No, it really doesn't.
It kind of makes things a little easier for the fact that there's no guesstimation and there's no argument. Oh, that really can't go that way. If it can follow the path on the stick without bumping into anything,
you're
it can do it.
Yeah.
So it eliminates a lot of those gray areas. It speeds up the game. It really does.
It does. And then, like I said, with one of the single minis, there's no slots on those because the round base just butts right up to the end of the stick. And so you only have to measure from that leader. So it moves things along really nicely.
I am excited.
I'm so excited. What do you guys think? Get your comments in below. We can't wait to show you more of this. Like I said, you're going to be seeing some from us, some from across the pond.
And the home office there in Ireland.
And it's going to be great fun. So are you going to playing the Rebels or the Empire? That's what I'm talking about. So until next time, we'll see you again soon.
And may the Force be with you.
Yes.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.